You're in bed, lights off, phone glowing in your hand. You tell yourself you'll stop scrolling in just a second. But suddenly, you check the time, and it's already past 1:30 a.m. You didn't plan to stay up this late. Yet somehow you've watched a few random videos, checked someone's profile you haven't spoken to in years, and read the same headline twice. And the worst part? None of it feels good. You're not entertained. You're trapped. That was my nightly routine for a long time. Every evening blurred into distraction and exhaustion. And every morning I paid for it with low energy, foggy focus, and regret. Everything changed when I stopped fighting my nights and started designing them. I built a simple evening routine that actually worked for real life. Not extreme rules, not waking up at 4 a.m., and definitely no ice baths. These are realistic habits that fit into a normal schedule. Habits you can start using tonight. So if you've ever thought, I just want my mind to slow down and feel in control before bed again, then watch this video all the way through. You'll find exactly what you're looking for. But if you click away now, that's fine too. You can keep scrolling and wake up tired again tomorrow. Let's get into it. My nights used to control my life. Before I explain what my evenings look like now, you need to know how things used to be. My nights were a mess. Some evenings I stayed up late working, trying to make up for everything I didn't finish during the day. Other nights disappeared into endless Netflix episodes. And sometimes, I'd scroll through social media until my eyes literally hurt. I convinced myself I was unwinding. But looking back, that wasn't relaxation at all. I was escaping. I was avoiding the stress I never processed during the day, avoiding the thoughts that got louder when everything went quiet, avoiding the uncomfortable feeling that I was falling behind in life. And I realized this isn't just a me problem. A close friend once told me she stayed up every night answering emails. Not because they were urgent, but because being busy felt safer than sitting alone with her thoughts. That's the real danger of unhealthy nights. They don't just steal your sleep, they spill into your mornings, cloud your focus, drain your mood, and over time, damage your health. That's when it clicked for me. The solution wasn't simply going to bed earlier. I needed structure. I needed a way to close my day with intention instead of exhaustion. And that's how I discovered the real power of a night routine. How I learned the value of a night routine. At first, I dismissed night routines as just another online trend, something that sounded good but didn't really matter. Then one evening, I came across a simple line that completely shifted my perspective. The way you close your day shapes the way you open the next. That sentence made something clear to me. Every morning, I wasn't starting fresh. I was starting drained. Not financially behind, but mentally and physically exhausted. So I decided to test things for myself. I didn't follow a single formula. I experimented. Some nights I read. Other nights I wrote my thoughts down. I tried meditation, cleaning my space, and slowing my breathing. Over time, I discovered the mix that actually fit my lifestyle. And the change was obvious. I woke up feeling calmer. My mornings felt steady instead of rushed. And at night, my mind finally learned how to settle. That's why I want to walk you through this step by step, so you can build an evening routine that works for your life and lasts. These are the 7 steps that completely transformed my nights. Let's start with step 1, the shutdown. Step 1, the shutdown ritual. Most people don't actually finish their workday. They just slowly drift from work into the night. That's the issue. When there's no clear ending, your brain stays in work mode long after you're done. Thoughts keep looping, and real rest never begins. This is where the shutdown ritual comes in. At a set time, I close my laptop. I write a short list of anything unfinished and decide what I'll tackle first tomorrow. Then I physically step away from my workspace. That simple action sends a clear signal to my mind. Today is complete. I've seen this work for others too. A family member of mine used to reply to work messages late at night. Now she sets a final check time in the evening, and once it passes, work is officially off limits. Within a week, her sleep noticeably improved. And that brings us to step 2. Step 2, reset your space. This isn't about cleaning your entire house. It's about a short reset that takes no more than 5 to 10 minutes. Before bed, Do a quick sweep of your environment. Put dishes where they belong. Hang up the clothes on the chair. Clear off your desk or nightstand. There's a reason this matters. Waking up to clutter is like starting the day with mental noise already turned on. Your brain immediately feels behind. When I made this a habit, I noticed something unexpected. My sleep improved. Not because the room looked perfect, but because my mind felt calmer. A tidy space sends a quiet message to your brain. Nothing is waiting for you. You're allowed to rest. And that takes us to step 3. Step 3. Create a digital cutoff. This step isn't easy, but it's one of the most effective changes you can make. For the final 30 to 60 minutes before sleep, remove your phone completely. Not less scrolling. No scrolling at all. The reason is simple. Even quick checks pull your brain back into input mode. News, messages, videos. And instead of calming down, your mind becomes more alert. Someone close to me swapped nighttime scrolling for reading a physical book. Within days, she noticed she was falling asleep much faster. If putting the phone down feels impossible, change the environment. Leave it in another room. Charge it far enough away that reaching for it isn't automatic. I do this myself, and it removes temptation before it even starts. And that brings us to step 4. Step 4. Clear your mind before bed. Have you ever laid in bed replaying conversations or suddenly remembering things you forgot to do? That's your mind trying to keep track of too much at once. To prevent that, I do a simple mental reset. Before sleeping, I write everything down. Tasks, thoughts, ideas, concerns. Nothing gets filtered. If it's in my head, it goes on paper. Once my mind is empty, I shift the focus. I write down 3 small moments from the day that I appreciated. Not major achievements, just details. A great cup of coffee, a quiet moment, something that made me smile. This process tells my brain it doesn't need to stay alert overnight. The stress is captured, and sleep can take over. Next is step 5, the wind down window. Step 5, create a wind down phase. After planning and clearing my thoughts, I give myself a buffer before sleep. I think of it as a transition period rather than an abrupt stop. The lights get dimmer. I make a cup of herbal tea. Sometimes I play soft, calming sounds in the background. This phase isn't about doing more. It's about slowing down. No rushing. No squeezing in one last task. Your body needs time to shift gears. Just like an airplane doesn't hit the ground at full speed, your mind shouldn't either. A gentle descent makes all the difference. And now, let's move on to step 6. Step 6. Intentional stillness. This step looks different depending on the night. Sometimes I spend 10 minutes meditating. Other nights I pray. And some evenings, I simply sit quietly and focus on my breathing. The technique doesn't matter. What matters is creating a moment of stillness. Even 5 minutes of quiet awareness can reset your emotional state. It slows your nervous system and prepares your mind for rest. This small pause reminds your body that it's safe to relax. And that leads us to step 7, sleep hygiene. Step 7, protect your sleep. The final change I made was shifting how I viewed sleep. I stopped treating it like something I could sacrifice and started treating it as essential. I designed my bedroom for rest. The room stays dark, the temperature stays cool, and I follow a consistent sleep schedule. I defend that schedule the same way I would a serious commitment. Because when I sleep well, every other area of my life improves naturally. Since building this night routine, my mornings feel calmer. My focus during the day is sharper, and instead of dreading bedtime, I actually enjoy it. Final thoughts and motivation. What you do at night doesn't just close the day. It sets the foundation for the next one. You don't need to change everything at once. Start small. Tonight, maybe it's just ending your workday intentionally. Tomorrow, you add one more step. Progress happens when you build slowly, but consistently. The night routine that transformed my life could do the same for you. And if you're still watching right now, it's probably because a part of you wants your nights, and maybe even your life, to feel different. So don't close this video and forget about it. Choose one small action and do it tonight. Not tomorrow, not someday, tonight. If this video helped you in any way, support it with a like, not for numbers, but so it reaches others who are lying awake, feeling stuck, just like we once did. And if someone you care about needs this reminder, share it with them. Sometimes the right idea at the right moment changes everything. For more content like this, simple, realistic habits that make life feel lighter, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, rest well tonight.